I've always found that stretching is much harder to stick with than working out at the gym or at home, and that got me thinking, why is this? My main theory is it's a lack of systematical tracking. For example, at the gym, I know I'm getting stronger because my reps and or weight go up over time, and this is a number I can understand and quantify. But with stretching and flexibility, I would go feel and whether or not I thought I was actually getting more flexible. And that's where the issue lies, in my opinion. I get my motivation out of knowing I'm improving, not thinking. Basically, that was a long-winded, complicated intro to my rather simple video. Me testing my hamstring flexibility, getting empirical data, and using this to check for progress and see whether or not stretching actually works. Test 1 was a laying down test. I had someone push my leg as far back as possible while keeping both legs as straight as possible, then measure the angle between the legs and repeat the other side. Test 2 was a simple sit and reach test, using a step and a ruler. I reached and pushed the ruler as far as possible and measured the distance from the edge of the step to the ruler. After these tests, I began 2 months of frequent stretching, roughly 3 times a week and for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'd cycle between single leg stretches, standing fold and seated pike, alongside other non-hamstring related stretches. One very useful tip that I discovered during my stretching was that if you tilt your pelvis forwards as much as possible, you achieve a much deeper and more efficient stretch, in my opinion. Anyway, did 2 months of stretching actually translate to improvements in my tests? Test 1, the left leg went from 94.8 degrees to 99.9 degrees, and the right 99.3 to a whopping 112.9. I know the right leg is slightly more bent on test 2, but the increase in flexibility is still pretty evident. Test 2, my score went from 5cm to 9.8, which is basically double. Both tests showing a much better score than I expected based on how flexible I felt, therefore proving my initial theory that stretching needs to be made more easily measurable in order to actually get people to stick with it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this kind of video, be sure to let me know by liking, commenting and subscribing. Thanks.